Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my day 4 preview for the Galway Festival. At the current time of recording, we've only had two selections go on day 3. We started with a winner with the very man, and then Barrington Court was slightly disappointing and could only finish in the midfield, but we've still got many tips to go, so fingers crossed we can have some winners. Also as well, Glorious Goodwood's been going okay. We've had 5 winners on the first 2 days, and hopefully we can have some more winners there tomorrow. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you go and check out the day 3 preview, which will be up at the same time as this video. But let's get straight into the tips for tomorrow. I know that's what you're watching this for, and it all starts in the 4:45 tomorrow, where we've got all jumpers again, and we start off with a novice hurdle. But I'm going to go here for Sandaroo, for Davy Russell and Gordon Elliott. Not the most original selection, I know, but I think this horse is probably the most classiest in the field. Now you can currently back it at 7-4 in the colours of Simon Munir and Isaac Swade. Now the best piece of form that this horse brings to the table is undoubtedly his 3rd place effort at the Cheltenham Festival, when he finished 3rd in the Fred Winter behind Aramax. Yeah, I think he's going to take all the beating tomorrow. Now probably some people maybe will be slightly concerned that he finished 9th at Baileystown on his return, but I think maybe the ground was a bit lively for him there. It was good ground. He's not really raced on ground like that before. He's always had a bit of dig in it. There's plenty of rain tonight at Galway, and there'll be rain into tomorrow as well, so there will be some cut in the ground still, and that should suit him. And I just think if he runs anywhere near to that level of his 3rd place effort in the Fred Winter, he's going to be the one to beat. I know it's not the most original selection, but Gordon Elliott's horses as well have tended to need the run, so he'll probably come forward as well from that Baileystown run. He's got a run under his belt, and some of these haven't. And for me, Sandaroo, he's the most obvious selection. But yeah, I think he's the one they've all got to beat. We then go to the 5:15, and we're going to go with another Davy Russell and Gordon Elliott combination here. Currently 9-4, going with Braid Blue. He makes his chase debut tomorrow. Got a good record over hurdles, 4 wins from 8 starts. Always been a classy summer jumps horse, or suggested that he could be. But yeah, this Braid Blue, I think he's bringing some of the best form to the table tomorrow. Maybe the concern would be if the ground does slightly get turned on the soft, he probably doesn't want it. But he has handled a little bit of cut in the past before. He finished 2nd at Cheltenham on good soft ground. So Braid Blue, he should be able to handle it probably, even though it wouldn't be his ideal conditions. But yeah, I think he's a classy sort, and I think he's probably the solid yardstick and the benchmark that they've all got to beat from his hurdles form. So yeah, that's going to be the selection there. In the 5:45, I'm going to go Polished Steel here. Again, not original, for Jessica Harrington and Robbie Power. You can currently back it 2-1. This horse was very impressive on his chasing debut, where he actually beat a good field in a beginner's chase at Tipperary. Beat a nice horse from Gordon Elliott's called I'm a Game Changer. There was also some other nice types from some big yards in there. So Polished Steel, he did really well on his chase debut, considering he was 11-1 shot. But if you go back through some of his hurdle form, he was a consistent type. You know, he was roundabout in the 120s. He ran some good races at some of the good Irish festivals, but maybe the chasing could just be the making of him. And I just think at 2-1, if he replicates that form, he might be a little bit short for some people, but if he replicates that performance like he did at Tipperary, he should be quite hard to beat. We then go to the 6:15, competitive handicap here, but I thought Acclamatio could be an interesting one here for Tony Martin and Robbie Power. Now this horse currently 12-1 with 5 places on offer. In the afternoon, the ground could be drying out. If the ground was really heavy, I probably would swerve this horse, but I just thought it looked like a little bit of a plan here by Tony Martin. Now this horse, last time we saw it, he actually finished at 7th at Leopardstown on the flat, but the time before that he finished 4th at Baileystown, and he ran not bad over hurdles. He's not from 9 over hurdles, which may be a little bit of a concern, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if this has been the plan. I think he might have a bit of scope off his mark of 95, and Robbie Power as well is a really interesting jockey booking. But in a race where a lot of these lack a recent run also as well, might still not really have much more to come off their marks. I thought Acclamatio was an interesting one here off a low weight of 95, and for me, I just think there's a lot to like about his chances of running a good race tomorrow. I just sense a plan with this one, like you normally get a lot of the runners at the Galway Festival. So me, 12 to 1 each way, 5 places. I think he has solid credentials. We then go to the Galway Hurdle, one of the feature races of the Galway meeting, and in the 6:45, the Galway Hurdle, I'm going to go Charli Parcs here for Simon Torrens and Aidan Anthony Howard. Currently 20 to 1, and 6 places are on offer here, so that's going to be the recommended selection each way at 20 to 1. Now, I wouldn't thought I would have been tipping up Charli Parcs to win a Galway Hurdle a couple of years ago. He used to be with Nicky Henderson and showed some form as a juvenile. He was a fair juvenile, but then things kind of went pear-shaped for him, and he was one of these horses that were becoming cliff horses, always really well gambled on in some of the big handicaps, but he then changed hands and he went over to Ireland, and he hadn't been seen for quite a while, but he actually won on stable debut for Aidan Anthony Howard in a really good style in a nice race at Leopardstown. He beat a horse that day called Jets, who's no mug for Jessica Harrington. He actually went on to frank that form by winning on his next start, so that wasn't bad. But I think Charli Parcs, with a mark of 1:44, still has some unfinished business left in him. Simon Torrens as well is a really promising conditional jockey in Ireland, claiming a nice £7 off the horse's back. He can handle a little bit of dig in the ground, and a lot of his best runs have come, I noticed from his career, when he's normally run first time out after a bit of a break. So I think the break would have done him good, and I think he's dangerous to dismiss in this field. I know some people would be absolutely livid if he won, considering what a cliff horse he used to be, but I just wonder if maybe he's got a new little bit of life in him. And at 20 to 1 with 6 places on offer, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he ran well in a race that JP McManus likes to do well in. He won it a couple of years ago with Tigris River, and they won it before as well with Thomas Edison in the last 10 years, so they like to send quite a lot of runners there. But I think Charli Parcs is an interesting contender for them, and at a price where there are lots of runners you can make case for, I thought he could go well. So that's going to be the selection there. In the 7:15, again, this ain't going to be original selection. Jon Snow here for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. Could even go shorter than his current price of 9:04 if the very man is taken out. But yeah, this horse, Jon Snow, ran in some good races in maiden hurdles over in Ireland in the winter, and then he did break his duck by winning at Leopardstown. He was a bit frustrating as he was short price on most of his starts, but this is such a weak race tomorrow. I think he sets the standard form. Willie Mullins' horse has been running okay, and for me, I think Jon Snow, not going to waste too much time on him. He's a solid candidate to go really close. We then go in the 7:45, and again, not the most original selection here. Tune the Chello for Robbie Power and Henry de Bromhead, currently back at 7 to 2, makes its handicap debut tomorrow after winning a maiden hurdle at Killarney last time out, over 3 miles. Was officially rated 104 that day. Now tomorrow, like I said, makes his handicap debut, and it's going to be off a mark of 109. Robbie Power and Henry de Bromhead normally do really well in these colours together with the likes of I've forgotten the name of the horse now. They do quite well. It's called Chris. I think some of you will be able to put it in the comments box below, but yeah, you know, they do really well normally with these colours. But yeah, Tune Chello, I think he's still got a lot of untapped potential. He was actually running all right before in the winter, probably against better horses, but this race is definitely winnable, I thought, off a mark of 109 tomorrow. And for me, Chris's Dream, that was the name of the horse I was thinking of. Yeah, it always comes to you a couple of minutes later. But yeah, Tune the Chello, I think he's got a fair chance tomorrow in this race in 7:45. There are some other nice contenders in here, but I'd be disappointed if he still didn't have a bit more improvement to come. And handicaps could be the making of him, where he might be a 120 rated horse in time. So yeah, Tune the Chello is 7 to 2, just a win only bet, but I think he can get the job done. We then go in the 8:15, the last race, the bumper. I thought the mare in here was the interesting one. Definite Katie for the Joanne Townsend, claiming 7 for Willie Mullins. She's actually the only mare in the lineup, so she's going to get the mare's allowance. She's by Scirocco. And you've also got a nice bit of breeding on the dam side of the pedigree, actually related to Definite. Sunset and Sunset Showdown, some nice types in the National Hunt game. You can currently back this horse at 7-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and even though this might not be the first string on paper from Willie Mullins, don't always underestimate your second and third string in bumpers. They can often do well, and with the weight allowances as this horse is getting, I just thought it was an interesting contender with the £7 claim from Jodie Townend, and then also as well the mare's allowance. I thought there was a lot to like about this horse, and I would be disappointed if she couldn't be there or thereabouts. So yeah, that's going to be the tip there, and hopefully we can have a good day on day 4 of the Galway Festival. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel of Lucky Loaders 15. You can also follow me on Twitter as well, where my handle is at Lucky Loader 15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, check out my portfolio by going to my website, which is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So that's all I've got to say on that score. Please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.